Is that 3D?
Hey everyone, welcome back to AsArt with Nick and John. We post 3 videos a week, so go ahead and click on subscribe and then head over to AsArt.space for all the audio and video links. So Nick, you found this one. This is kind of an interesting one. Definitely a trending video, but some really cool effects. Probably the perfect blends of using visual effects, practical effects, and then other solutions.
Yes, and it's nice too because like it's not heavy on the VFX. It's just enough to tell the story of why the car's flipped over and why he's playing the guitar on top of the car, which is such a fun idea. It's so much fun. My sister does music video stuff. I think it was a Sam Outlaw video, and they had a fake horse that he was just riding on top of a car, and we did shots with it. So it was so cool seeing this because I was like, oh, this is so cool. Like they're probably just dragging the car on like rollers or whatever slowly.
And so that's what we should say. So one thing to point out, so Nick was saying they used a relatively minimal amount of visual effects. And we're talking about just like hardcore visual effects shot. There's probably a lot of enhancement going on, a lot of compositing work. Yes. But what we're meaning in visual effects is actual computer-based effects. So they have a lot of practical on-set effects, which would be special effects or practical effects. So what we're meaning is just the computer work. And so the main shot that you're talking about is the shot where...
So right now I'm talking about with him just on top of the car and they're dragging it, and you could tell like the sparks are composited on, and like the smoke and stuff, which just gives it that like weight to it too, right? Because like by adding the sparks, it makes it feel like it's really digging into the ground and stuff, and it really puts it in the environment too, which is done so clean. Like it was amazing how clean it was done. Like I was like, wow, this is a music video. Like it looks so good for a music video,
and which is fun because for a future video, or for future video series, we're going to start going through the most influential visual effects, special effects, and motion graphics films of all time. And you look back, and we saw a quick clip of Contact with 1997. What's her name? Judy Foster?
Yes.
With Judy Foster. And that was like the high water mark for visual effects at the time. People were like, I've never, like my favorite instructor I had in graduate school, that was her favorite visual effects movie of all time. And now you look at it, you're like Nick said, wow, now music videos that
looks good.
This is a high-end music video. So let's talk about, so we're jumping around a little bit, but the effects studio that worked on this is Ingenuity. Is that who it is?
Yes.
And so they have 3 different studios. They have one in Los Angeles, New York, and then in Vancouver, which is where a lot of the visual effects studio is at now. And they're a high-end studio. So do you remember some of the work they did?
There was that shot that's very similar. We saw it on their Vimeo page. We'll link it down below.
Yeah.
But it was a cool bus shot. And
with Bruce Willis, right?
With Bruce Willis and the green screen and stuff. And the reason why we picked this shot to show, because it's probably really similar to what they're doing here. You know what I mean? Like on top of a car, there's a vehicle, it's animated. I honestly think the only 3D vehicle we see is when it flips in space and stuff, because just the way it pops and everything like that. But man, that looks so good. Like the windows were down. It was just like, wow, they did. That's incredible for a music.
And there's a lot of different steps that would go into that. So you have to have the model of the car that needs to match scale, perspective, camera move. So they did do some shots where they created the 3D environment completely. So when it's doing the flip, that could be a 3D environment because they clearly show that they could do that. Or that could be they have a tracked camera and they have a CG car and they're making sure to match move that. And in the future, we're going to try and have like kind of breakdowns of how some of this stuff works so you can kind of get a better idea if you're not familiar with it. But so they could have approached it in different ways, but also to get all the reflections on a car. So it's kind of a beat up car, right? It's not like a brand new car, but it has the reflections on like the windshield and the windows and stuff like that. And so to do that, you use it's called an HDR, a high dynamic range image, and it's a panorama, and you can do that a number of ways, but basically you capture a 360 degree, up, down, left, right, all the reflections in that area. We're going to put that CG object, and then if it's something reflective, like say Iron Man suit in the movie Iron Man and Avengers and everything, you can put those reflections on the suit. And of course that's like something that you need for weapons and moves and stuff like that, anything that's really metallic. So a lot of really hardcore stuff, and then putting that all together. So we're definitely just kind of glossing over all the stuff to like really check out that Vimeo, the full Vimeo breakdown for that Bruce Willis commercial. It's really, really cool stuff. And you know what? It was interesting when I was looking at that. I'm curious if they were approached to do this music video because of that shot, or they contacted the studio and then they're like, hey, we kind of want you to do, we can develop this based on this. So I wonder if they were approached based on their past work, or it kind of worked the other way around.
They think they've worked on multiple music videos too. So it could have been a similar director that's worked with them before. It could be buddies.
They did big stuff. I think they did like Taylor Swift and like a lot of music videos. Yeah.
So and you know it's music videos. I have a love-hate relationship with working on them, because sometimes it's like pretty decent pay and sometimes it's like bottom of the barrel pay, which is understandable too, because like music videos, I feel like, or maybe they are like, but they're not like they used to be, like in the golden age of MTV, where like music, I mean, but now though, music videos are some of the highest viewed videos on YouTube, the platform itself, you know, and that's a big part of getting on the trending page so people can hear your music on Spotify and stuff. So,
and of course, in the golden age of music videos, the effects work wasn't what it is now. I mean, it was,
come on.
Think of
what are you talking about?
Now whip it into shape. Shape it up. Hey now, baby. All I know is that's me. You're coming down to life.
Oh my gosh, the worst keying and everything. There was some really high, like, what was it? What band was it?
Take on me.
They had the bullet going through all the different rooms. It was a hard metal band. I can't remember.
I was thinking of Take on Me with the rotoscoping. Remember when he pulls her in? That's like a classic one. It's so good.
Oh my gosh, yeah. There's a lot of cool music videos. Not as much 3D back in the early 90s, but a lot of 2D and then some 3D.
Yeah, there was one, what's that, on my MTV, the microwave oven or something like that. It was like the, no. There was like a guy in a 3D room.
Keep
or
singing
something
it,
like
Nick.
That.
Keep singing more.
Funny.
Maybe we'll
it's so
remember.
funny because I'm thinking of the Weird Al version. It's the Beverly Hillbillies. Oh my gosh, big Weird Al fan. But loved it. I thought they did a good job. Yeah. Go check out the video. We'll leave the link down below. I can't wait to see cool music videos. It's just, this is so cool.
Check out Ingenuity's site. They have, and this is a way that you know that they're a big studios. They have separate demo reels for just pyrotechnics, just for gore, just for set extensions, just for crowd simulation. So they do a lot of stuff. They have 3 different studios, and I had recognized the name. I didn't know their whole body of work, but really, really cool stuff. And it's fun. Like, you go for the music and the artistry, but a lot of the artistry happens to be in the effects in this video. So it's really, really fun stuff. Yeah. So check it out, you guys. The studio and the song, really fun stuff. Let us know what you think. If you have seen more music videos lately that you think look amazing, or your favorite, throwbacks that kind of remind you, whether they're cheesy or not, show us some crazy bad MTV old stuff. We love that stuff. So,
and then also too, if you like this visual effects breakdown, we do it on films too. We covered Harry Potter, Parasite, The Host. I mean, there's so many, even like some Netflix shows
animated
too.
Stuff.
And
stuff as well.
And Space Jam, Ghostbusters. I mean, you name it, we're covering it, and we covered it.
Yeah, really, really fun stuff. Yeah, really, really fun stuff. So so check out AsArt.space for the audio and video links. We've been putting out podcasts as well, audio versions, and check out all the different links we have on there. And we'll see you on the next AsArt.